Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Week 8 edition of Friday Night Frenzy. I'm Rachel Zerbe. It's that time of the season where teams are fighting for their playoff lives, and that was certainly the case tonight in Marquette as the Redmen battled with Gladstone. Marquette and Gladstone both came into this one needing a win to keep their postseason hopes alive. We pick up the action in the third quarter, Marquette leading 6-0. Gladstone's Jared Crow has his pass picked off by Bryce Brazo, who returns it to the Braves' 39-yard line. And the very next play, the Redmen dive into their bag of tricks. It's a double pass. Brazo airs it out for Robert Apple. And thanks to a little trickeration, Marquette led 14-0. Gladstone got back in the ballgame on their next drive. On 1st and 10 from the Redmen 38, Crow goes deep down the middle. Vince Hughes makes the grab, sheds a tackle, and finds the promised land, bringing the Braves back to within 7. And Marquette would drive the ball down inside the Braves' 15-yard line. Brendan Caskey throws a fade pass to Adam Genchak, who makes an unbelievable catch, but he was called out of bounds. Tough break there for Marquette, who did not score. To the fourth now, Gladstone driving. Brody Sandville takes the handoff, and let's watch Brody run for a bit. 25 yards to Pater, tying the game at 14. Late in the fourth quarter, Gladstone with the rock. Crow is going to be hit as he throws the ball, and Bo Zorza comes up with the interception, putting the Redmen inside the Braves' 10-yard line with 3 minutes to go. On 2nd and goal from the 6 now, Brady Wright gets his number called, and he finds the end zone. And Marquette holds on tonight for a 21-14 win on senior night.
Our kids don't panic. We always try to make a big plays, and for the most part, we come out the right way from it. But again, things worked out in our favor again this time, and both big plays on both sides. Offense and defense did a great job.
The ball got batted down by my player number 11, Bryce Brazo. I was able to get underneath it. I secured it. It's a bummer I didn't get in. This is insane. I just want to give all the credit to my team. That's who they played for. That's who I played for.
With the win tonight, Marquette clinches a share of the GNC title for the first time since 2011. They can win it outright with a win next week at Menominee. Checking out the scoreboards now, Kingsford hosting Menominee, and the Flivers won big. 62-28 is the final. Escanaba downstate facing Traverse City Central, and the Eskimos are coming back to the UP with a 38-21 win. Escanaba hosts the Flivers in the regular season finale next week. St. Ignace fell at home to Rogers City 14-6. Heading back to the action now, the 7-0 Hematites hosting the 4-3 Munising Mustangs on senior night. Ishpeming sporting the pink unis late in the first quarter. Gavin Sundberg will keep it himself and prances into the end zone for the first points of the game. And Sundberg and the end zone were besties this evening. 2-point conversion failed. It's 6-0 Hematites. Minutes later, the Mustangs driving. Josh Hootery hits Anthony Matson, but the ball pops out. Zach Jandroud scoops it up and gives the Hematites good field position, and Ishpeming will capitalize. Sundberg hands it off to Matt Trewick, and he bulldozes his way into the end zone. 2-point conversion was good this time. It's now 14-0 Ishpeming early in the second. On the kickoff, the Hematites recovered a fumble, but the Mustangs get it right back. Jesse Matson intercepts Sundberg, but Munising failed to turn the turnover into points. It's still 14-0 Ishpeming in the second quarter. And you know how I said Sundberg and the end zone were besties? Well, they reunite following Sundberg's 9-yard run. 2-point conversion is good, and the Hematites increase their lead to 22-0 with 8 minutes to go until halftime. Late in the second, Mustangs need 17 yards to get in the end zone. On 4th and 14, Hootery airs it out, but just overthrows Anthony Matson. Mustangs turn it over on downs. They're still looking for their first points of the game. And with just over a minute to go until halftime, Sundberg again, this time from 6 yards out, and say yes to the 2-point conversion. Hematites up 30-0, and that was the score at halftime. And Ishpeming's perfect season continues with a 48-6 win over Munising. The Hematites close out the regular season on Thursday at Bark River Harris. The Mustangs are home against Gwinn on Friday. Heading back to the scoreboards now, the Bulldogs hosting the Copper Kings, and Calumet's perfect season also continues. Kings win 36-14 to improve to 8-0. They finish up the regular season on the road at Lance next Friday. And Negaunee improves to 5-3 following a 36-16 win over Houghton. The Miners host Westwood on Thursday, and Westwood won by forfeit. The Patriots are at Negaunee on Thursday, as I mentioned. And Iron Mountain improves to 6-2 with a 31-7 win over Lance, and the Mountaineers can say hello to the postseason. Going back to the action, West Iron County and Gwinn, both 5-2 teams fighting for a playoff spot tonight, and this one was a defensive battle. Halfway through the first quarter, Bryant Schramm takes the handoff and spins his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Extra point, no good. Wycon's up 6-0, but it doesn't take the Model Towners long to respond. Literally, less than 30 seconds later, Austin Forbes hands it off to Seth Aho, and he is off to the races. No one is catching him. He avoids 2 ankle grabbers, and this game is tied at 6 after the failed point after attempt. That was the score at the half, so to third we go, and it's Schramm finding the end zone again. Point after failed once again. Wycon's up 12-6. That was the only score of the second half, and West Iron County gets the job done and punches their ticket to the postseason. The Wycons beat Gwinn 12-6 and improve to 6-2. The Model Towners fall to 5-3, and they travel to Gwinn next Friday, or they travel to Munising next Friday. And checking out the 8-man scoreboards, Pickford had no issues with Brimley winning 56-0. Forest Park picked up a win at home, defeating Ottonaga 58-6. The Trojans finished with over 400 yards on offense as they improved to 5-3. Cedarville beat Rudyard 28-6, and Engadine beat Rapid River 30-12. Welcome back to Friday Night Frenzy. The Michigan Tech hockey team opened up its 98th season this evening, hosting the defending national champs and number 3 ranked University of Minnesota-Duluth. The John McInnes Student Ice Arena packed tonight. As expected, getting to the action, the Huskies with a little one-on-one action. Dylan Stamen with the shot, but Hunter Shepard with the save. Score still knotted at 0. The Bulldogs on the attack now, and Nick Swaney coming from behind the net, but Devin Kiro gets one of his 25 saves on the night. And the first goal of the night comes on a power play. Kobe Roth lights the lamp, and UMD takes a 1-0 lead in the second quarter. Both teams would each find the back of the net, and the Bulldogs spoil Tech's season opener with a 2-1 win. Gavin Gold scored Tech's lone goal, and Game 2 is tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock.